This 3-plus-year-old podcast contains opinions, criticisms, and viewpoints that I could better explain now, don't agree with, or just don't possess anymore. I understand that these are not quality art. If I could do them again today, I would do them significantly better. I wanted to upload these here with that transparency. I cannot express how the other host feels about this. Welcome to EXP.
Oh God! Wow, you really?
That was actually really bad.
Sorry.
I'm very bad. Sorry. In other news, well, how you doing, Cal Dog? I'm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is Media.
Do I sound like a poor rapper?
Well, no. I mean,
Hi, I'm Cal Dog. You can buy my CD on like Yahoo Music.
All right. Well. Do we want to do another basic rundown of the show? I mean, it's been like, what, a few episodes? People forget. People have the tendencies of, goldfish. If you remember correctly.
I don't. I mostly don't talk to goldfish, but...
Oh, people.
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't really socialize with those either.
No, they're pretty gross.
Yeah.
So,
basically, we play shit we don't do. Like, we watch shit we don't normally watch, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just to kind of put it in a...
That's a real blunt way of doing it. Like that.
We don't get to experience a lot of media. So what I don't experience, Noah tells me to go do, and what he doesn't experience, I tell him to do.
Well,
then we come together and we mind fuck and spit out everything onto a microphone.
Well, to break it down...
Ew.
Oh, okay. No, we got Kalvin, who plays most of the video games for his whole life and watched like 7 movies.
That's not true.
And then like me, who I watched a shit ton of a lot of things, and then as I grew up, I was just like, man, this is a lot of garbage. And so I apparently became more described as a hipster. And I'm like, all right, great.
You are a hipster, though.
Go fuck yourself. All right, fuck you. And introducing at the time of this recording, because we recorded the other ones previously, as probably marked by our relevance, because the post and pre-Christmas episodes came up post New Year. Well,
oh shit,
we have an editor.
Sorry, I'm paying attention, but I just pulled my earring out and it was bent as fuck, and I just had to bend it back in. Go ahead.
We have a new editor. It's Johnny.
Yay. He's from the Spanish.
The Spain mans.
Yeah.
The Spaniards. I don't know.
How the fuck? How did somebody from Spain just be like, hey, I do editing?
Well, I'm gonna cut out details to actually link it together, because there's actually a separation I'd like to keep with this.
Oh, okay.
A separation at least. I'll be vague as possible while still staying specific.
Okay.
A page I admin had I posted a picture of me trying to edit the third episode with all the red peaks because I yell a lot. And he was like, God damn, just fucking kill me. And he's like, I'll do it. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah, so we started talking about it. So he's a mean guy. He's coolio. So, like, if you want to say, hey, you can, like, insert a Microsoft Sam, like, right after I stop speaking. And be like, hi, I am Johnny.
Oh, that doesn't give him a lot of time. That was like 3 seconds. You gotta fucking
I don't know.
Spit it out fast.
Well, he can like cut it and then like move it forward. And
don't tell him how to do his job.
Okay, I'm not gonna tell him how to do his job.
Don't tell him
what?
How to do his job.
I won't tell him how to do his job. That's not what I do here.
Right, you don't work at all. Sorry, my mistake.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, you asshole.
Aww.
But at this current time, he is studying for his driving test.
Ah, look at him learning how to drive in the Spains.
Yeah. But no, he's
I know it's like ridiculously hard to get driver's licenses in other like countries.
Yeah, it's not like here where we drive around the block and I passed.
Yeah. Did you really?
Yeah.
I did ours.
I was 1 point away from failing. There's a reason why. because every time she told me to do something, it was immediately at that point. She's like, turn right. I'm like, fucking shit! It's like, well, you didn't signal. It's like, fuck you, I didn't even know we were turning. You fucking cock.
See, we did it when I did it, I was 18 years old, just got into college, and needed to get that driver's license.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get mine when I turned 16.
I did it when I was 18.
Oh yeah, I did too. I didn't have a car. Like my family was like, well, we don't have a car. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And so it happened when our city got flooded. And
That's good.
yeah, so we had to drive to the outskirts of town.
We had to like circumnavigate a huge portion of our town.
Oh, you did? I didn't. I literally drove, and then she's like, okay, take a right here. So I took a right, and I literally drove through, like...
Oh, I thought you meant flood.
No, we drove through, like, trailer parks. She told me everything to do, and I...
See, that I see as a safer environment.
I mean, I didn't have to parallel park. I didn't have to do anything. And I went back. It took probably 10 minutes. Came back, and they're like, well, you passed. Here's your driver's license.
When they did it to me, we run around the corner, and the parking was really scarce and sparse on these residential roads. So when I parallel parked, there was only one car on this side of the street. So I essentially had to pretend there was a car behind me.
Well, at least you didn't hit the curb.
Oh, no, I'm good. She's like, you didn't stop at the stop line. I was like, bitch, there's a fucking grass hedge that reaches out to the very edge of the sidewalk. Fuck yourself.
Always you.
There's a blind spot. Yeah, but you have to inch. Fuck you.
Yeah. I actually worked with somebody who used to be a driver. Like, I used to be the person that would go in and sit next to you as she did it. And she would tell me all these stories about, one time a guy, I think, hit somebody. He hit somebody. Yeah. And, she's like...
Fuck him!
She immediately went, stop the car, go back. And they drove back, and she's like, you failed, and left. There was another time when, like, you can schedule your drive.
Wait, he tried to hit somebody and then, like,
no,
leave?
he hit someone, and she's like, take us back now. Like, she called 911, had the person took to the emergency room, and she's like, take us back now. And she forced him. Yeah, and then I
was thinking in an extreme sense, I was like, yeah, if you probably hit someone, that'd be hilarious. No. But then I thought you were going to clarify and say it was a car.
No. He had a person. Yeah. There was one where she was like, what did she do? He scheduled it, and it was like super icy. And she's like, you don't have to. You know, we can always reschedule it. And he's like, no, I want to do it. So literally got in the car, backed out, and he tried to drive, and he spun like in a donut because he couldn't get the car to move. She's like, park it, you failed. Instantly. She's like, no. Instant. I was like, oh, you should have just rescheduled. You could have had your self-esteem intact. Sorry about it.
Sorry, you got fucked.
They were interesting ones.
It's weird because I think I failed the learner's permit test. I think twice. Because they were asking the arbitrary questions you barely fucking know.
Yeah.
Like exact numbers. How far should you be behind a tractor?
6. Yeah.
And it's multiple choice. It's not like, what's a reasonable number? You go 50 feet, 25 feet, 100 feet, or like 15 feet. And I go,
well,
these all seem like reasonable answers.
Yeah, I know. Like, well, 15 feet in a car is not a lot, so I knew that one wouldn't be
That's roughly a car length, right?
No.
How long is a car?
I don't know. Depends on which version you drive. I don't know, but that's not enough. And I didn't think 25. I would say 50 probably, and that would probably be right. But like
so weird. I hate those fucking questions because I'm like, I wish they wouldn't give you exact numbers. They should give you like estimations.
Yeah, like mine, I failed my learner's permit one time by one question, and that's because it was like, I forget what the question was, but they were like a lot of numbered ones, and So I failed it the first time, passed it, and passed my driving test the first time through. My mom failed hers 8 times. She failed her learner's permit 8 times because she would think too close into the question.
Yeah.
And she couldn't get the right answers because she would think too far. So she eventually had to have somebody sit down and be like, okay, here's the question, here's what's going on, that's it. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
And so that's when she passed. When somebody sat her down, she passed it the first time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Other than that, Kalvin, Johnny has his driving test, so he's gonna take a little chillaxing, and he'll probably be with us for a while. He's pretty cool as well.
How old is he? Do you know?
No.
Oh, okay. What's his address? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
What's his phone number? Do you know?
What's his number? Yeah, he's gonna come to my house and
do you know?
Yeah, that's what's happening. Oh, he seems pretty chill and cool as shit. So whatever. And he has a degree in some type of audio engineering thing background.
Neato.
That's because he couldn't fully translate it to me.
Gazebo. I was like,
yeah, gazebo. No, he couldn't fully translate it to me. So I was like, okay, cool. Otherwise, what's been going on in your life for these, this particular set of time between podcast recordings?
Thank you. I was thinking about it, and I think we timed ourselves in the last one.
What?
We timed ourselves.
Oh, that's fucking dumb.
Last time, yeah. But I went and applied for a new job today.
Yeah?
I don't want to talk about. Well, I do want to talk about it because
you can talk about it.
It's funny because
you're fat.
That's not.
No, it's funny. I got a depressed time where I
fuck you.
Where I
anyway, I'm very well known for. Well, I'll explain it because otherwise
for your comedic time.
We'll ruin the joke if I tell you now. So 1 second, please. So I had an appointment to go for my last interview for this job at 11:30 today. And I was like, okay, I gotta go to bed early, Did not fall asleep until probably 5 o'clock. Just because I couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep. I just laid there. So eventually I fell asleep, and then I woke up and I looked at the clock and it said 11:10. I was like, what the fuck happened to the 9 alarms I sent?
You're a heavy sleeper, man.
And then
even I know that.
No, I don't sleep very hard. It's just like I'll wake up at anything. It's just I like to be lazy and not hit the snooze button over and over and over and over and over again, and I don't like to get up.
See, that's why I like taser alarm clocks, because that's what I want to do. I want a robotic arm to come by. It's like not only sound, but I want a fucking taser to come hit me in the fucking side.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I'd rather have that than be late.
Anyway, right. So eventually you're getting. I hope you never need a pacemaker.
I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna die by the time I'm like 45.
Anyway, so I look at the clock. I'm like, oh my god, it's 11:10. Turns out my alarms didn't go off at all. Like I went back through my phone and I went back to my alarm clock, and they were set. They just never went off. Because when they do go off, I do remember waking up, hitting dismiss, going back to sleep. Waking up, hitting dismiss, going
my
back to sleep.
phone just sets up, like, it sends notifications. It's like, oh, you missed it.
Oh no. Like, mine won't stop until you get up and turn them off.
It's weird because ours is relatively the same Android OS.
Yeah. But, yeah, it doesn't send notifications. Anyway, so I'm like, oh shit. So, of course, I'm applying for a bank. I'm going to work at a bank. Well, I hope I work at a bank. And I had to dress very formally. I have to wear business casual. So, of course, 20 minutes for business casual does not happen. That is difficult. Because I gotta tie this fucking tie. I gotta put on all the dress pants. Make sure everything's tucked into where it needs to be.
Clip on.
Fuck you for being an asshole. Don't wear a fucking clip-on and never admit that you own a clip-on ever again.
Well, actually,
ever again.
I had a clip-on and then I destroyed it. And then I was like, you know what's better? A zip-up.
Ew. Anyway, so I end up getting there on time. I got there, I think, 3 or 4 minutes early. of course, I'm like, oh my god. So the night before, I put all my clothes in the dryer so that I could take them out, hang them up, and they would be like I ironed them. Okay? So I looked down at my shirt and it got lint all over my shirt because my dryer did not like clean them like they were
Did you
supposed
clean
to.
the lint trap?
Yes. I cleaned everything and there was lint balls stuck to everything. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So, which I didn't notice last night. So I
Really
go up to the desk and I'm like, hey, I have an appointment, blah, 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 blah. I didn't even hear you.
No, this is really interesting. I'm actually entertained.
So I go and I sit down in this fucking chair, right? I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, I should clean my glasses before they come to see me so that my glasses don't look like shit. So I take my glasses off, boop, lens falls right the fuck out, right then and there. And I'm like, oh no. And then I turn to the left and there's this guy in a suit. And he's like, hi, my name is, and puts his hand out. And I can't see. I have an astigmatism. I have nearsighted astigmatism. So it's very hard for me to...
You missed his hand, didn't you?
No. I got up and I was like, oh, hi. But I didn't get to do like a good handshake. It was more like, here's my fucking hand while I look where my fucking lens went.
Oh, God.
So I didn't even make eye contact with the dude.
God.
Okay? And I'm like, I'm sorry, my lens just fell out. Of course he's apparently not paying attention to me. And he takes me into the room and I'm like looking for the lens and I'm like, there it is. So I walk over to go bend down and pick up this lens. I fucking ripped my fucking pants.
Not on the ass.
On the thigh.
Outer thigh.
Outer thigh.
Inner
So-
thigh would be more noticeable. But...
Well, it would have been easier to hide. At least then I could hold it in front and walk the fuck out. I've been training my whole high school year, putting shit in front of my dick. I could do that.
Yeah, like bitches.
Anyway, so I'm like, fuck. So I brought a jacket in with me. So I'm holding this jacket to the side so nobody can see the hole in my pants. So I'm sitting down at this interview with 3 interviewers all at the same time. They're all shooting off questions. Well, the whole
Pretty
interview-
bland, right? Yeah,
Well-
they're not asking about personality questions.
Well, they're just asking like normal, you know, like what's a goal that you set for yourself and you achieved? What's your greatest accomplishment? All that kind of stuff. So then I was like, I answered. Well, every time they would ask
You
me
should
a
always
question-
stand out.
Well, here's the thing, is that it did go well for the interview. Everything up to the interview was fucking
Presentation was shit.
Right. So I got to explain why there was lint. I was like, my dryer broke today. I'm sorry. There's lint all over my shirt. I hope they don't mind. And they thought that was funny. I was like, I got them to laugh a couple times. But every time they'd ask me questions, they'd hand me a piece of paper.
Were they pity laughs or laughs?
No, they were laughs. And
You're funny, Calvin.
and they were like handing me a piece of paper. Well, I can't read it. I have an astigmatism. My eyes, I had to hold shit literally right up to my face to see it.
Oh my God, you didn't do that in the interview,
Yes,
did you?
I did.
Oh God.
I was, well, my glasses were sitting on the edge of the table. I'm like, I'm sorry, my glasses broke. I had to do, well, my glasses didn't break, my lens popped out. So I'm like doing this entire interview. I'm like, hold on, it's gonna take me a little bit. I have an astigmatism. I can't read unless it's right up to my face. So please excuse me. So it wasn't like I was like,
Did you say it was because your lens popped out?
yes, they knew because when I bent down to grab the lens, I never picked up the lens. I never got to it because I ripped it and I was scared to rip the pants even more. Because if they ripped any more, it would have been extremely noticeable. So I didn't get the lens. So the gentleman that was doing the interview with the other 2 women that were there, picked up the lens for me. So they already knew about my glasses.
They probably heard the rip too.
Well, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. And I was like, well, if I don't get the job, I guess it's because I didn't have meaty enough thighs. He's not sexy in the thigh department.
I think this is interesting because I've never had a professional interview.
Oh, it was like literally as professional as I mean, they were fucking grilling me. I mean, literally it was boom, 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 question, and they're like, we're gonna be taking notes, so if there's any like awkward silences, that's why. I'm like, okay, because I thought about bringing my own book, but since I was late, I didn't get a chance to write down some shit. So
Oh, so you wouldn't be able to read your own notebook.
right, exactly, it wouldn't have mattered.
Let me see your notebook. There's all these scribbles. I can read that.
So I was like, shit, fuck me. It was,
okay.
So I hope they didn't notice because I hit it very well, but if they were if they really looked for it, I think they could have found it. So I'm praying. If I get this job, I'm gonna be like, thank you because I'm very well known for ripping pants. I know. Oh, I'm very, like, every play I've ever been in, I've ripped at least 2 pairs of pants. At least 2 pairs of pants. Every choir performance I've ever been in, ripped pair of pants. Anytime I had a job interview, usually ripped pair of pants. Work, ripped pair of pants. I think I went through 4 pairs of pants when I worked at the
I've just
restaurant.
never had a professional interview. Like, an actual interview, I was actually scared. Like, it was it was always the tension that built up to it, but the person who ever did it, it was never...
It wasn't Kevin from when you graduated from high school, and he's like, I'm working at McDonald's, guys.
It wasn't formal at all. It was informal as fuck. Literally, one of them, we bullshitted about Armored Core for an hour and a half.
Which one was that?
Theater.
Ew.
Perkins. They literally bullshitted and were like, yeah, look, I'm going to tell you straight. I'm obligated to look at this application. You're hired. I don't really care what you say at this interview.
Oh.
You're hired.
Neat.
The
taxi.
Taxi, I was like, hey, Nick, can I get a job? He said, yeah, sure, they're hiring. So I went in there, he looks at the sheet, he's like, oh, okay. Can you get your taxi license and we'll run the background check for your insurance? That's it.
Wow.
That's it. Like literally, it's the most don't give a shit.
Wait, how do you get a taxi license?
You have to go to the police station in our town.
Okay.
Other places,
you just have to prove you could drive, or just show them your driver's license?
The police have to do a background check.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, it's the most subjective and weird way because I don't know what qualifies. I think one driver that got a taxi license in town had like a drug trafficking charge in state, not across state lines, but in state. And they were like, yeah, sure, whatever, you have a license.
What? Wow.
There's like...
Is it the dude that got fired?
No.
Shit.
No, like, there's...
Was it Nick?
No, it wasn't.
You don't have to say yes, just give me a sign.
Aries?
I'm not a fucking Aries, you asshole.
Yeah.
Do a Taurus, it's easy.
I don't actually know Taurus.
It's like a circle with 2 horns. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's what Taurus is.
Okay. What's Gemini? It's like a...
Gemini?
It's a 69.
Yeah. Well, it's a 6 and a 9 connected. Well, it's actually...
No, they're right above each other. It's a 6 and a 9.
No, I think it's like...
No, it's not. It's right above each other.
I don't care. Anyway.
I've never had a formal interview, so it's just interesting to me.
It was nerve.
Anything else?
I've never had an interview that was like more than one person at a time.
No. Anything else for you?
I think that's it. I haven't really done a lot.
Okay. Other than that, me, fucking, nobody was asking.
Wait.
Okay.
How were your days, Noah?
Numbered.
Gay.
I'm gonna die.
What are you, gay?
No, like, I literally, like, most of my time was spent just kind of bullshitting around, and then I was like, oh man, I should probably get Resident Evil 2 done. Like, it wasn't like I put it off because I didn't want to, but I, like, looked at it, I was like, hell yeah, I should do that. So I started it, and I was like, it went off no complications, it was fine. But I played the game. Other than that, the rest of my life just kind of went, meh, alright, chill out, relax. You know, feed your rat, get some more rat food, get a new mix.
Ew, animals.
Yeah, gross. And then, like, other than that, fine. I don't know. I got nothing to complain about, nothing to be mad or sad or whatever. I'm gonna be playing D&D Sunday now.
Ooh.
Well, we had Ghostbusters campaign running earlier, but that went away.
Yeah, that's dead.
Yeah, I kind of died. But no, in my Pathfinder campaign, I am El Mierda, a famous luchador in my home country of Los Santos.
No.
I am a hero in my country, but right now, I am on vacation.
Gross. You're a failure.
It's a Trox Totori monk. So.
Wait, monks can't be luchadors.
No,
monks don't own things.
Totori is
Monks don't own things.
They own pants. Are you thinking about poverty monk?
No.
Monks
Don't generally own things.
They own things.
Not usually.
Nunchucks, sai. I'm talking about Pathfinder, you dumb fuck. I mean, when you talk about the sword and sorcery fantasy setting, yeah, no, monks own things.
I own slaves, for I am a monk class. Oh, okay, great.
Foul poverty makes you do that, but guess what? I was a monk and I owned slaves in one campaign, and that was fun. Because I got to offend abso-fucking-lutely anyone.
Is it because you're a monk with slaves?
I was a slave catcher and seller, and my goal in life was to be the best and well known. I had wanted.
Did you get all those 8 badges?
I literally had a fucking cart full of slaves, and instead of my horses, I didn't have horses. I had my slaves pull my wagon.
Gross.
You had slaves pull slaves? And then I fed them horse feed. It was the worst. Like, honestly, it was the most racist, fucking vile shit. But I was like, I'm gonna roll with this. Because he gave me, like, he's like, roll for your slaves. I'm gonna roll for their personality types. Two of them were the most, like, fucking anti-vile shit. And to clarify for the slaves, he's like, alright, no, here comes a big morality question. How did you get these slaves? He's like, most of them, they tried to steal from me. They were thieves, and I turned them into slaves.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, okay, I can roll with that.
Wait, what was their lockpick skill?
What?
They could escape you.
Oh, no.
Or did just...
I bound their hands.
Yeah, but, like, what if they were, like, really good at...
They were, like, thieves, not as in rogue class, but thieves. Just like a fighter can go steal something.
What, are they not allowed?
I took away all their things. Try lockpicking without anything. With your finger. Or your dick.
I could do that.
Your needle dick. No, it was the worst shit because it became the most racist ass shit. Because everybody's like, oh, you can name your slaves. It's like, okay, there's 2 of them that utterly hate my guts, and whenever I unbind them, they'll yell about how I'm such a disgusting being. One that's fucking broken in. Like, he has lost the will to almost live.
Oh, God.
And then the other one...
He's a whore.
No, he's the one who likes me. He's like, oh, yes, master.
Oh.
And you know what I named him?
Yes,
Uncle Tom.
You're not allowed to live anymore.
I know. No, I did it. I was like, okay, cool. I just wanted to do it just because I wanted to get the really most disgusting fucking vile fucking person. But the thing is that in Pathfinder fantasy settings, they have slaves. They're not going to bat an eye and be like, oh no, slaves don't exist or whatever. It's like slaves are a business. Whether they be prisoners of war or, otherwise. Yeah. It's like, whatever. And so that's why I did it, because I was like, everybody in the group's like, oh man, slavery's so wrong. I'm just like, in this time period, it's a business. You fuck.
Yeah.
I just did the fucking extra racist shit, like saying Uncle Tom and everything, because, I don't know, I felt flavorful. I wanted people who knew historically what fucking all the slavery bullshit was be really awful. But that's all I wanted, is I just wanted to be like really bad about it.
Name's Lance Armstrong.
What's he have? 2 bolas, except the bolas are missing one side. That's gross.
So why not just put them together?
What?
Anyway.
No, that was disgusting. Anyway, you want to get into it? Me or you first?
Well, you said yours already, so go ahead.
Okay, no, you told me to do Resident Evil.
No, I didn't tell you to do Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 2. And that was a pretty good time.
Okay, the reason I chose this one was because he played it a long time ago. And when I was a kid, This was one of the first games I played. I mean, like, I remember being like, Dad, can I play? Can I play? Can I play? Because I would see him play it all the time, and I was like, yeah, sure. So then I went and tried to play it, and in the beginning, in case you don't know, you're surrounded by zombies. Literally could not even move. I was so scared. But it was like, I can't move. And then he's like, well, then turn it off. And I turned it off, and I didn't play it for a while, and then I was like, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it because I'm a bad kid.
So then eventually, well, my dad said I could. So I did. I wasn't a bad kid. I just was scared. I was like, no, please.
I think my history with it was that when I started, I did actually own a copy. Own is a very loose term because, the piracy was rampant in PlayStation era.
Yeah.
PSX era, my dad actually had a friend in the Air Force who had a stack of CDRs, all these fucking copied games. A few of the ones that stand out were Resident Evil copies 1 and 2, disc 1 and 2, Revolt, and then Madden NFL, and then Rampage Through Time.
I love Rampage.
We own the actual Universal Tour, not World Tour.
Yeah.
We need World Tour. World Tour is boring.
Alright, so do you want to get into it, or do you want me to explain?
You can go with a big plot synopsis rundown because I feel like I would, again, do it terribly. So.
Okay, Resident Evil 2 is a continuation from Resident Evil 1, where in Resident Evil 1, there's a viral outbreak in the Rocky Mountains and in a mansion. Well, at the end of 1, they blow up the mansion, but then you find out that the virus has spread to the local town of Raccoon City. So now you're playing as a police officer, a rookie police officer, literal first day. Or you could play, this is what it says in the manual, motorcycle enthusiast. Claire Redfield. And if you played the first game, you could play Chris Redfield, who is her brother, and she comes to Raccoon City
find my brother
to find Chris. Well, then she meets Leon, and then they're like, well, he works at the police station, so they group together to go there, and they each have their separate ways of doing things. Anyway, that's basically it. Like, you're trying to escape Raccoon City from the zombie outbreak.
But as a police officer, it's your duty to save survivors. And that's why you're staying there rather than just be like, well, we could walk out of this fucking town.
Well, yeah, basically.
It's a duty thing, and I think that's better.
Yeah, which
I think before I get into the actual story part of it, impressions part of it, I think the best part that I remember, actually, when I was a kid, we didn't play too far. We stopped at the liquor.
Oh yeah.
Like the very first cinematic liquor that you see, we ran. I don't remember if we ran past it, but we essentially, that was where we stopped. We shit our pants when it went across the window. And that was every fucking time in this fucking game while I was still in the police department section, I was shitting my pants. I was like, Kalvin, you want me to shit myself? You want me to poo? You want me to poo everywhere?
Are you scared of the liquor now?
Fuck you! It's still suspenseful and has really good impact.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I've been so desensitized to it that I didn't even think about it. Literally, the scariest part for me in it was when I was a kid was when they reached their hands out of the boards.
That got me to poop too.
Yep, that was the one that was like, oh my god.
Not the liquor cinematic part, but just it going across the pane. I was like,
really?
It's still fucking scary.
I literally didn't even see it until probably a few years after I started playing the game.
Because the thing is I really taken a lot of that, and I'm a really big bitch when it comes to spice and being engrossed in a horror game.
See, my problem with horror games is if I have a way to fight back, I am not scared. But if you put me in a game
isn't that Resident Evil 5?
What?
Isn't that Resident Evil 5? Look, okay, I'm only saying this from visual perspective and from what people have said. Whereas Resident Evil 4 and 5 don't seem like survival horror. They just seem well, you got guns and you just kill zombies rather than being survive.
No, because Resident Evil 4, this is where it's different from Resident Evil 5. When you first play Resident Evil 4, the only weapon you have is your handgun, which is cool, whatever. And you're going in, you're shooting, when you run into the, what are they called? I can't think of the names.
Los Matos.
No. They're, anyway, the zombies, quote unquote.
Zombies.
of Resident Evil 4. You're like, oh, I got a handgun. There's bullets everywhere. Like, at 2 places for bullets, I do believe. And you're like, well, whatever. Well, then you get to a town. Like, you see them on the town. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna shoot these guys. Well, you only have 1 handgun. And there is a shotgun, but you have to look for it.
But it still limits your ammo.
Right. Well, like, because Resident Evil 4, when you get to the town, you're like, oh shit, I don't have any ammo. Like, I have nothing. So you're like running away from them. Well, eventually, you get a chainsaw.
You don't have to break down everything with Resident Evil 4.
But that's what I mean. Is like there's still that threat. And then Resident Evil 5, I still like.
I think we started Resident Evil 5. Now it's just like, I'm not scared. I just fighting freaky things.
Yeah, basically.
Like, it's just like, well, this is a fun cooperative experience.
That's the step it took towards action. Resident Evil 4 was the first one, which had a perfect amount of horror and action into it. Resident Evil 5 was like more action, less horror. And I swear to God, if I ever meet a person that says Resident Evil 6 was good, I will kill you.
You know that people do that to spite you now, right?
Oh, I don't even care. I don't care. But if you
How about Rev 2?
Deep in your heart believe Resident Evil 6 is good, get out. What'd you say?
How about Rev 2?
Rev 2.
Revelations 2. That's on.
I didn't play that one.
That's at a discounted price on Steam, like $5. But the original Revelations is like 20.
Yeah, the Resident Evil Revelations first one is still Resident Evil 5-ish.
Yeah.
But it was good. I haven't played 2 because I was like, I don't really.
I guess let's get back to Resident Evil 2. With the impact of the remake being announced on August, I think it's actually more relevant.
Resident Evil 2 remake?
Yep, it's coming out. They announced it in August.
Why do I not know this?
Because it's a remake and Capcom's really shitty. It was one YouTube video. I mean, really? Honestly. Did you hear about Origins?
Yeah, I heard about Origins and Zero. They had like a press conference for it.
Yeah, but Origins is a combo pack.
Yeah, well, I know. But,
like, the thing that's really weird and really kind of, like, I think it's weird about it is, like...
I take that back. I think I did hear about the remake, but go on.
Like,
now that I think about it.
That was August. It was August.
I think I found it on their Japanese website.
Wow.
Yeah.
The thing is like, I really like survival horror like this.
Right, yeah.
Now, and I hope that most of it hasn't been spoiled for me, but however, it's one of those things, like, I've always wanted to actually play Eternal Darkness, but never had the time, because it was GameCube release, and I'm like, well, I don't really have a GameCube. Yeah. It's one of those things I'm like, this is a fucking horror game. Yeah. When you're attaching the character and not just be like, boo, a boogity, this is Five Nights at Freddy's, a scary animatronics. I'm like, can you, like, fuck off? But the thing I like about Resident Evil, like Resident Evil 1, I guess, it's not, I guess when I watched you play it, it wasn't to me as apparent, like I wasn't as impacted. But I think what stuck with me the most is that I'm still scared even back then.
Yeah.
After beating this game, I really felt like I closed a chapter in my early childhood.
Yay!
When we first owned this game, we were scared away by the fucking title opening sequence,
Yeah.
That was just like, I'm scared. Zach, are you scared? He's like, I'm scared. And then we ran upstairs.
Wow. Yeah, the zombies did it for me when I was younger, but then eventually I was just like, whatever.
It's not the zombies, like the fear of death, like that's what a survival horror should be. You should be like, oh shit. You should be scared that you don't have the supplies to survive.
Yeah.
And I think that's something well done here. In all of Resident Evil 2. I felt really, really well about that. Impression-wise, I think that the presentation is very well done.
I want to say that I think
because I like
the
survival
rule for a sequel does not apply here. I think that Resident Evil 1 is weaker than Resident Evil 2. Because with Resident Evil 2...
Are you saying that because of the originals, or are you saying that because of the Resident Evil HD remake?
No, I'm saying it for the originals.
Because I'm saying that because of the reason that, well, when you go back and you say, oh, well, yeah, of course one's weaker, because, you know, it had, hey, you were almost a Jill sandwich.
Well, no, I never took that into consideration of what made the game good. Like, literally, if you didn't talk and you skipped all the dialogue, it wouldn't really affect anything too much.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, I mean, it does, but you know what I mean. Like,
It felt weird.
the production didn't matter. As long as the story got across, I was fine.
Comparing Resident Evil 1 to Resident Evil 2, if you want me to do that. Wait, I should probably save this till we actually start with the game. Let's do that. Okay, so characters first. Leon Kennedy. It was weird. I was just like, cool. I like him. He's cool.
my favorite.
I played the Leon. I played with Leon.
You played with him?
What the fuck are you talking about, A?
Oh, there's Leon A and there's Leon B, but go on. Well, like, it's the Mo disc. Like, you played Claire B.
Oh.
Like, if you play Claire A, you'll play Leon B. But...
Oh, yeah. No, I played it and I like, had a pretty good time. Like, the character, like, seeing Claire, I thought she was gonna, like, appear more in the story. I was like, nope. Claire, you there? He gave you a radio. And I'm like, Claire, we're heading out to the city. Remember the fucking... I was just sitting there like, oh, okay. And then Ada Wong shows up. She's all like, hey, what's up, guy?
Yeah, which is weird because, like, in the game, Leon has Claire, or Leon has Ada, and Claire has Sherry.
Bob and Sherry?
No,
Sherry. She exists.
She's the little girl, the blonde little girl.
What the fuck are you talking about?
When you beat the game, didn't you see Sherry?
Yeah.
Her. Like, how Leon has Ada Wong, Claire has Sherry. That's like their... So, like...
That's a handoff?
Yeah. Like, even though it's Leon and Claire, you would think they would interact more because they're together, they're surviving together. But it's more like Leon and Ada and Claire and Sherry. Because you only see Claire every so often when you play Leon and vice versa.
Oh, something of note, speaking of characters, in the Star's office, I went to the actual picture of them all kind of lined up, and I was like, oh, let's see if I can name them. That's Barry, that's Jill, that's Wesker. I don't actually remember what the facial features of Chris Redfield are.
Oh. He's got like a brown, like buzz cut, like military buzz cut.
I like looked at everyone, I'm like, I'm really trying to find this big buff motherfucker.
Yeah, I think he's off to the left or right. I know he's like around the edges.
Wesker's the only one that looks like I'm wearing my sunglasses.
Yeah, he's the only one that looks evil.
And Jill is like this significantly dressed one, like, wow.
I know, she's like, I'm gonna wear light blue, guys.
And a beret.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay, you're that one.
And then Barry's just sitting there like, oh.
Yeah, Barry's like,
he's got his fucking like beard.
Yeah.
He's the only one who's got one. He's like, hey, look, it's Barry.
Yeah. And then, did you know if you search Wesker's desk, if you search it, I think it's 50 times?
I don't actually know if I searched his desk.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, if you search his desk 50 times, it'll give you a film. And you go develop it in the room. And it, no, it's Rebecca, like Rebecca Chambers from 1.
Oh, okay.
And she's in a basketball uniform, like a basketball, and she's like wearing skimpy clothes. Thought that was funny. It was like, oh, they put a lot of...
What a pedophile.
Yeah, they put, well, she's 18.
I know.
Anyway,
18.
I know.
For the
like,
American release.
How are you a trained medic at 18 for a police station? What the fuck?
I mean, that's English.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't doubt Biohazard that she's like
they have a lot of
14.
They have a few Easter eggs in the game, which is nice.
I only got like film like 1 and 2, I think. I don't know. I feel like
there's only 2 films, but the third one is the secret one in Wesker's desk.
I think there's about 6 films now. Hey.
Almost 7.
Like I had a good time. Like what was a bitch? I can't even remember.
Did that one whore?
The wife of the scientist.
Why can I not remember her name?
Birkin.
Dr. Birkin, but I don't remember her name.
Girl Dr. Birkin.
Yeah. Girl Dr. Okay.
Girl Dr. Birkin.
Girl Dr.
Wife Birkin.
There you go. Sherry's mom.
Has got it going on.
Sherry's mom's going to jail. She did.
She like dead.
She did.
She fucking got crushed by pipes.
Yep.
And I'm pissed. I'm like, oh yeah, she's dead. He like, Leon goes, checks her pulse, like, nope, she dead, bitch. And then she just shows up. A bang, bang.
Yeah.
Oh no, I collapsed. Like, bitch, that was like 50 feet ago.
I know.
You whore. No.
Hilarious. Welcome to PlayStation 1. Anyway.
That made sense. He checked her pulse. He's like...
I know. Usually they just walk away and don't check the pulse. But, they didn't do that.
What was it? Like, Ada was like, no, I just want the G virus.
I'm a reporter.
I feel like I didn't get enough of a connection to her that I cared enough.
I didn't either.
Because, like, Leon was like, I know Ada, she would never do that. It's like, you just met her like 20 minutes ago.
They're just like just a love interest to have a love interest, basically. They're like, I'm Ada, here's my pussy. Oh, Leon, pussy, yummy. Just walk. And you're just like, okay, I guess that makes sense.
I guess so. Pussy.
Yeah. Basically is how I feel about it, because I'm like, okay, yeah.
When it was Claire, you'd be like, look, it's a child. And then just trajectile fucking pussy wet fucking hydro
Bale slime. Oh, Claire was here. Just slips and falls. How'd you get hurt? I don't want to talk about it. I could see it. That's literally what Claire's is like. Claire's like, was that a child? Away from me! And runs after the bitch. And you're just like, she crawls into a little vent. She's like, no!
Okay.
Basically.
I think you came over while I had wiki pages up of what I was trying to find.
Yeah.
The reason I had that...
I like the phone call I got. What does the red herb do?
Yeah, I called him. I was like, hey, Kalvin.
What?
I was like, what does red herb do? I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm playing, I don't know what red herb does. He's like,
oh yeah.
He's like, you mix it with the green, get a super.
You mix it with green, you get effective a first aid spray. It fully heals you. If you mix it with the blue, it'll make a brown substance, which will also cure you like a first aid spray, but it will also cure poison. Red does nothing on its own. You can't mix it with blue.
Damn.
Basically, you want to use those instead of using first aid sprays.
I was like, oh man. The reason why I had older wiki pages open, and he's like, what the fuck is the jewels? You find that way early on.
Yeah.
I didn't. Because I was like, where the fuck is this other jewel? I had one, and I'm like, where the fuck is the other one?
Was it the one in the statue?
No, I knew where that one was.
Oh, you had to burn the other one out.
I was like, where the fuck is this shit?
Yep.
And I go to the other jewel, and I'm like, no, I did the statue. Where's the other jewel? Oh, you gotta light the fireplace.
Yep. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Like, some of the puzzles...
I didn't even realize that the lighter was even a thing until later on. When it was just like, I looked up a speedrun, I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this camera room? And I go, what the fuck does this speedrun say? Oh, it says that you light that.
Yeah.
Fuck this game. Bullshit. I think a lot of this, like, I guess I don't remember clearly enough about Resident Evil 1 to say anything on this matter. But I feel like this is so little fucking handheld. It's like nothing. Like, you're pretty much just like, here's a world of puzzles with no clues. Fuck yourself.
Well, there are clues. There are clues. Like,
not to every puzzle though.
To a lot of them, yes.
Really?
Well, which ones should you have trouble with? Like the library one, I know you shouldn't have trouble with. That one should be easy.
Oh, that was fine. That was easy.
If you read the painting, it should tell you that there was a jewel behind it, like hinting at it.
Oh, it just said fires. I was just like, that's a nice painting description. I mean, to me, that just said, oh, I thought that this painting would interact. Because usually most paintings in games, they'd be like, in adventure games,
or
like, here's the description of this painting.
I don't remember.
It's not really relevant, but it would be relevant story-wise. Like, these are gross, creepy paintings.
I don't remember if there's a document. I know there's something that tells you that it's there. I don't remember if there's a document that's like, oh, the jewels, because that's what they usually do.
From what I could openly find, I was like, shit. And then it was the square crank. Square crank, I was like, alright, so I know something's in this fucking room. Where the fuck is it? And I'm looking around, I was like, well, here's some special gift stuff. And I'm like, okay.
Do you want to know something really, like, it still has something to do with history.
Okay.
You want to know the funniest thing I've ever done?
Yeah, what?
So, way back when I first met Noah,
Jesus
we were in
Christ.
when we were in a theater class together, we had to write scripts sometimes. And literally, I am such the biggest procrastinator for, like, homework that I literally cut and paste what happens in Resident Evil 2 and made into a script. I basically...
Yeah, because you didn't work with me, did you?
Nope.
It was me and Brandon in theater.
And I wrote it all. So I'm
You transcribed
sorry.
it.
Yeah, and so I'm sorry. But,
I'm sorry.
thanks for the A. Sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Giftman.
Oh, please don't ever let him find this.
Chad, man.
Please, for the love of God, I'm so sorry. But I did, and you gave me an A.
I had a pretty fully dumb fucking script for that class.
Why would you do?
We had some fucking sci-fi time travel bullshit fantasy setting. This is literally like the first chapter was like, man, this could be like as long as Les Mis with the budget of Les Mis with like 8 characters, but still shittily written. I'm not saying it's Les Mis, but
Anyway.
it's the budget of something like that.
Okay, anyway. So...
But, I guess characters will go. Gameplay-wise, I don't know, unless you have any more to characters.
If I swear to God...
Dr. Birkin.
If one more person comes up to me and tells me tank controls are difficult, I will slap you in the teeth. Because that's the number one people have ever complained about Resident Evil, like the old Resident Evils. It was, if I, myself, at 5 years old can figure out how to do this, you can. Like, for real, I don't understand how it's a difficult
I'm just used to it because of Armored Core.
I just don't, I never understood how it was a difficult concept. Like, it's tank controls. And fucking go. Hello? That's my number one complaint about people that complain about the old ones. Tank controls are hard to learn.
I know Brandon complained about 4 for one very important reason, that you had to stop, aim, and shoot.
Yeah, they didn't implement walking and shooting until, fun fact, Resident Evil Outbreak File 2. First game.
No.
From the Resident Evil series where you can walk and shoot.
I don't mind it. I don't think it's that bad of a boot, like that fucking hindrance to the series, because it's supposed to be survival horror. You're supposed to use what you got. Not everyone's gonna shoot and fucking hit something.
Right,
And walk.
When people complain, like, what did you want? Did you want him to just automatically aim at people and shoot? Like, what
Besides,
did you want?
police officers aren't really like adept in like fucking
Right,
John Woo strangle.
You're probably,
shit.
first of all, the only reason to debunk that is literally if it's somebody who's walking and you're like, boop, 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 you're probably not gonna hit anything, for one. So you're probably gonna sit there and aim while this slow motherfucker's walking towards you. Why wouldn't you?
Like, the thing is when you walk and shoot in anything, it's never someone who's precise. It's an action movie.
Right.
It's a fucking action movie. It's
so annoying.
a real big action story or something. Like, you don't... Those are literally games where you, like, don't give a shit about your ammo. Like, ammo is literally the farthest thing from your fucking mind.
But not in Resident Evil games, Jeff. That's their number one concern.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'll die.
I don't know. Ada is pretty cool, although Betrayal is kind of... Sure.
Well, you know, I didn't really even know until she dies, so...
She's like, hey, I'll help you.
No.
No, I'm a flop. What?
Yeah. What about my favorite part when I was a kid was when she falls and dies. Well, then you have to fight the tyrant, and then somebody's like, here, and throws a rocket launcher, and all you see is this black shape that you know exactly who it is, and it just lands there, and it's like, who is that?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You never... There's like, there's a scene with that. I don't remember if he plays Claire or something, but I remember that distinctively. I remember that. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of a different game, but there's like a part where somebody throws a rocket launcher at you, and you're like, who could that be?
I was so freaking out at most of like the tyrant shit, and I was like, and I'm like, combat shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dead.
Not really.
What a wonderful time.
Yeah.
I was fine with the timer this time around. I don't know.
Yeah, it was,
As long as it's not Steamwood, I'm fine.
Fuck off. Steamwood's not even that hard.
I don't fucking... With the ability to platform and the fact that you fucking can't.
Whatever. What are you gonna do to bitch and complain?
I think the Steam hitboxes are about the worst part of that.
Yeah,
If they were more concise and like here...
We are not on this game.
I know. But
anyway, yeah, the timer...
The timer was fine. I was like... I don't feel rushed at all. I really don't. I didn't really use the Magnum, actually.
Usually I don't even go for it because it's just like... Literally when they launch it, it looks like they're about to fly back 8 feet. They're like... And his arms just go way back, and you're like, stop, it's not that. You didn't just shoot like a fucking RPG, it's okay.
This isn't the fucking weapon. This isn't Bertha from fucking Last Stand, so we're good.
Oh, like, seriously, she's like, oh, what the fuck, it's okay. Like, his arm almost breaks
I
off.
don't know if I made a good decision, but I picked up the side pack.
The side pack?
And I left the submachine gun for Claire.
No, that's fine. It's if you want to. People always take the side pack. Never take the super machine gun. It's dumb because it's not one of those guns that's like you can never refill their ammo. It's like 100%. Like 100% when you fire it. It's like 98% or whatever. So it's always like it's really bad because it doesn't really do anything.
It's not precise enough
right.
for you to
It's
actually.
not. Like I mean, when you play the game and like you be at a certain speed, they grant you like an infinite machine gun and you start with it. So, if you really need a machine gun fix, beat the game.
Unless it gives a shit ton of recoil on the enemy, I don't want
it does. They'll go. No, like, twitch in place.
What the fuck? That's just broken ass.
Well, it's supposed to be fun, but that's why it's 100% and it's not like something you could refill because then it would break the game, obviously. But
no, I did, for the most part, I tried to stick to the handgun as good as possible. Because I had a shit ton of ammo, and I was like, because like I saw a liquor, and I was like, I'm not gonna take this out with a fucking handgun. Shotgun, bam, bam, done. And then I switched quickly back to the handgun.
You're not even supposed to fight. You're supposed to run.
No, I ran for the most part, but when there were hallways where I was just like, I'm not gonna run through this.
Right. Like when you go to the stairs, the one that's between the club room key and the place where the library, not the library, but the office, the conference room, you know, where the lighter and the
right
fireplace.
after the first like save area.
Yeah.
No, that one I never fought. I was like, I ain't gonna fucking try that shit. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
So I never fought that one. I never fought the one up on the balcony, the second floor balcony.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
When there were two in one hallway, I'm like, I have to.
Yep.
I have no fucking way to do this.
That was the other thing that I hate about.
I don't know. I'm still hung up on people hating tank controls because I don't think they.
I don't understand it. I'll never understand it.
I don't think that they're a problem. I really don't.
Just like it's clunky. I'm like, stop. Really? Is that your number one complaint about this? That's the only reason you don't want to play this game? Really? It's tank control. If it was a fucking tank and you were doing the same shit, you wouldn't have a problem with it.
See, because it's almost the same argument you could make. It's like, oh, well, to shoot the gun, it's a button rather than a trigger. Some people, it's about relatively the same thing. You're arguing about the placement of how it's done.
Right. I'm just like, it's that nitpickiness where they're like, it's a fantasy game. Ugh, why are there swords instead of guns? Like, really?
I don't remember much about Indigo Prophecy, but I believe Indigo Prophecy also had like the same stagnant like camera. But I think it gave you not tank controls.
Oh.
And it felt awful. Because like as soon as you let go after switching camera angles,
Yeah.
and then you tried walking again,
It would reset.
You would reset your direction. So whatever ways the camera's facing, if you're pressing right, you would go right. If you go off screen and you end up you're walking forward while you're still holding right, if you let go and you press right again, you're gonna go right.
Well, the reason they gave you the stupid tank controls, right, is so that you can aim precisely at things so that you're not in danger. You know what I mean? Like, instead of running and being like, oh, no, I gotta do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
I think it's fine, because I think as a mechanic for PlayStation 1 era, because run and gun has been done before.
Yeah.
However, I think this really instills a lot more, it instills more stress on you, on the player.
Yeah.
For surviving. You're like, shit, fucking stand in position, shoot. Because that's what police officers are trained to do.
Right.
They're not trained to run and gun. Now, I don't know about Claire, because I'm sure she has the claim.
She's a motorcycle enthusiast, so I'm sure she has... And
she probably aspires and likes her brother a lot, so, you know, probably would do the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know, gameplay-wise, I think it's very good. The puzzles sometimes for me would be like, oh shit, for the most part, I tried figuring out everything on my own.
Yeah.
There were just...
What were the puzzles that you had a problem with? Do you remember?
Just finding the fucking jewel. Because I was like, where the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
That and the crank. I didn't know where the fuck it was. It was like, nobody is telling me where this shit is. And then I look it up, I'm like, I can move this thing.
Yeah.
But where? And so I checked out some fucking kid's test hypercam footage. This kid sounded 7, and it made me feel so fucking sad. I was like, this is pathetic. I'm 22 goddamn years old, and this fucking 7-year-old knows how to play RE2 better than I ever will. I'm gonna die on the inside.
Did you do it when all the spiders are in the room?
What?
There's if you ever go back after a while, there's baby spiders everywhere. And they'll hit you and poison you.
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, I've done that a couple times.
Well, I don't know.
What
was the dude in the jail cell? I don't remember his name.
He's not important guy number 4.
Oh yeah, and he gets infected.
Yeah. Well, no, he was already like it comes for him. Whatever. I don't remember. It was
He's like, look out! You're gonna crash.
No, he has a name. He's a reporter.
He's a reporter.
Yeah, he's a reporter.
Reportoire.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I have all the info, and then chest burster, aliens, basically. Yeah. He's not that important. He's really just like, oh, okay.
Okay, so while looking up speedruns, I think I encountered the wrong thing. Because when you finish the fucking, I think it's the flame thing, I saw a big ass monster burst through the wall. I'm like, what the fuck is that? That didn't happen.
What the fire?
And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I look up because it's like, I didn't know Leon A and Leon B exist. So when I play it, I was like, what the fuck is this? And I find another fucking speedrun that's mine, but it wasn't as helpful because they didn't annotate where in the timeline something would be, which is actually really convenient.
Yeah.
There's a fucking giant ass monster burst through the wall. Oh no! Who does that happen? Is that gonna happen to me? And I play it and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yep, Leon B.
And then somebody added in the in fucking I was like, oh, can I look up this storyline, this Leon B storyline, just so I can know where the fuck I'm at? And immediately, one of the first things came to the search result was a little snippet that said Leon B is non-canonical.
Yeah.
So I played that shit for nothing.
Yep.
Fuck! Which one's canon?
A. Both Claire A and Leon A are canon.
What about first Resident Evil?
What do you mean? It's just
is it Jill or Chris?
I believe it is Jill's.
Jill.
And I think Leon A is their canonical.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's Jill, and then
I just saw the little girl at the end, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
You're supposed to play Claire first, because she's easier.
Nigga, I go hard in the paint.
But I always play
I'm
Leon.
sorry.
I rarely play Claire. I mostly play Leon because she has a lockpick, so she doesn't need small keys. Like, did you find the small keys?
I found small keys and I was like, when do I use it?
There's a couple. Like, there's a drawer in the first save room. There's they're just drawers.
I have 2. I was like, oh.
Yeah, you just gotta look for drawers.
I fucked up real bad.
Why?
I thought I fucked up with real bad. I was like, oh no. There's a few times I was like, I literally like walking around. I think I wasted maybe a good 2 hours because I didn't have the jewel and I didn't have the square crank. So I was like, where the fuck is this?
You probably didn't get the square crank because you were freaking out about that liquor.
What?
The square crank?
No, I got the square crank way later.
Oh.
I mean, way later. It was what I needed to continue.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? Where am I?
Oh, did you fall for that trap for the round valve?
What?
Did you go to the round? You know where the round valve is? Down over by the helicopter.
Helicopter?
The helicopter.
Putting out the flames?
Yeah, for the helicopter. Putting out the flames for the helicopter.
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
The round valve. So you went down. The helicopter crashed.
Yeah.
And then you went down these stairs to go get a round valve so you could turn on the water.
Yeah.
Did you fall for the trap that was over there? Like, there's a door. Like, once you go to the area that has the
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go outside. Yeah, I did.
yeah.
I was like, look, a new door. Zombies, help, no, stop.
Yep. A lot of people
Neato.
will make the mistake of running past and just open the door, and then they have to kill the zombies to get the crank.
I had the crank first, and I was like, let me get this room, then let me check the sex.
Yeah. Which is what you should do, yeah. Because then if you do that, you'll just back out and leave, because you never come back. So.
Yeah. I think it's fun. Ending-wise. Ada Betrayal is really cut off short. I don't know. There wasn't enough given for me to really give a shit. Because I was like, Ada does this. And for a moment, I was like sitting there, I was like, you know, I don't believe you, but I wouldn't be upset if I was wrong.
Yeah.
Because I met her like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I already believe her more than I believe you.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, see, the problem with Resident Evil 2...
I do like that cinematic, though. This was really nice. She's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
No. So, this is the part I actually laughed at during the cinematic. Because he's like, you won't take my Jeepers. Get him! And they like mow him down with fucking automatic fire. And his wife comes in and goes, oh, hold on, you're hurt. I'll get a bandage for that bullet wound.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Band-Aid ain't gonna stop all
Here's
that.
a Band-Aid.
Oh, I got better now.
Yeah, that's the problem about Resident Evil 2, I think, was that they split the characters apart, and then they meet together at the end, which, if you, like, say you're playing Leon first, because you're like, oh, he's the guy, I want to play a cop, that'd be cool.
The only part that makes sense was the ending part where they're like, hey, yo, you know what you should do? They change your save file.
Yep.
To go for the other story.
Yes.
That's the only part that would make more sense. That actually makes you think, oh, here's the supplement.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
And I sat there, I was like, man, I just finished it. And I look at the time and I'm like, I meet Kalvin in a few hours. Wait. If there's a choice between Claire and I'm not playing this shit again. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not up for that. It's not my fucking game. It's not my end game. But I would honestly probably play it again.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It's not one of those things. I think it's fine.
My only criticism is that it's timed itself with the 2 discs because you don't get 100%. Like, if you don't play both, you'll never understand the full game. So it dates itself in that.
Fun fact, on my Resident Evil copied disc, my CDR, they weren't labeled Claire and Leon.
Yeah.
They were labeled Disc Jack, Disc Jill.
Oh,
it's pretty neato. But no, like, I think I would agree with you. Like, I don't mind. Like, I was just sitting there, I was like, alright.
Other than that, I don't really see too much wrong. There's, of course, the voice acting is not
better,
but it's not. That's when voice acting in games was becoming a thing. But yeah, it's better.
Sorry, I got Crash Bandicoot in my head now.
Duh. You actually said duh.
I know, fucking disgusting.
Other than that, there's not really. I really enjoyed it.
I think the biggest criticism that people are gonna say is like, "Wow, tank controls are shitty." I'm just I will fuck you up because one, I play tank legs in Armored Core, so I don't care. Besides that, Armored Core is a series I've always loved.
I can see where
I can relate.
I can see where it's jarring for a minute, but if your entire reason that you don't like this game is the tank controls, get out. Because it takes 2 seconds to learn how the character moves.
That's like complaining about being cursor-led in computer games. Like, click here, your character moves there. It's the same fucking process.
Right. Why can't I use the WSD keys? That would be easier.
Because the person designed the game around this, you fucking idiot.
Like, that's my...
There's a fucking difference.
I should tell you about,
like, the criticisms I can think of, I don't think there's anything. I think, for me, going through it, just almost blind, was I didn't know most of those hints. I had to look up 2. One was the jewel, one was the crank, which wasn't really possible. Another one was what the jewel unlocked. So I was like, where the fuck is this? Where the fuck's the king's plug? Where the fuck's the jewel? Where the fuck's the square brain? Everything else seemed like fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that most gamers probably modernly are like, I don't know how puzzles work, please.
Well, like, the main thing about video games that used puzzles back in the day was that you had to look, you had to read, you didn't get...
Which filled out time.
Yeah.
Which I think is wonderful.
Like, because you're not just like, well, I'm going to tell you the whole story like an idiot, like a boss going like, yes, my world has come together because I planted the crank there and it took you a while to... You have to look. You have to learn. You have to go.
I like that there was actually a reason why all the fucking armory was scattered around. They actually had paperwork saying, "Oh yeah, we just got new orders in to put all the fucking weapons everywhere and secret stashes and shit." Oh,
at least they explained it, you know?
Yeah, like they're not like stupid about it. It's like, why is there a gun in the toilet? Cause, Leon, what if somebody were to break in while he's taking a shit?
Your poop-covered gun.
Ah!
But, I mean...
I don't know. I can see why this, like, in all honesty, I think playing it again wouldn't be a bad thing. In all honesty, going through Resident Evil 1, fine, good. I'd still honestly like to play Resident Evil 2 more. Because to me... it seemed like that was a better setting, rather than a spooky house. And I'm like,
and I'm gonna bring it's gonna seem a little bit weird, but that's how I feel the opposite way in like games like the Batman series. You know,
which one?
The Arkham.
Oh, gross. Not gross because what it devolved into.
Because like they were like, the asylum is worse than the city, and I was like, yeah, but like the thing is that what was cool about it was that Batman was isolated.
Batman had a reason and he was locked in.
Yeah, like I mean, Batman could literally get up and leave that city any damn time he wished to.
But the only thing keeping in the STARS agents were dogs.
That's true. Yeah, but like
there wasn't a reason for them to explore the mansion.
No.
As a whole.
Well, yeah, there was. Once they get into the house and Chris is like, oh, I heard gunshots, or Jill or whoever, and leaves, and then they're gone, that gives him a reason to stick around and look.
Fair enough. I just, the only thing keeping them in the house, like, run to the house, there's dogs.
Yeah, but I mean, if you watch the cinematic, those dogs, they're in a pack. They're not just one or two dogs.
They have guns.
No, it didn't matter. Like, they were just fast and savage. I mean, they killed. They aimed for the throat. They killed.
Oh no, Star's member that we'll never know his name.
Well, they did run and shoot in the cinematic, so there you go. No tank controls there.
Which do you like? Oh no, I'm not gonna ask that. It's not the game we're talking about. I think, out of anything, I think that the police station and then going down in the sewers, having it all connected, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Raising the possible plot hole of how the fuck did he pass construction laws to get all these fucking secret passages done?
Well, if you look at it, their entire town is run by Umbrella Corporation. I don't know if they tell you in 2 or 3. It might be in 3. Because they're a major big corporation, Umbrella is. And,
the corporations are evil. Who knew?
And, well, the reason that the police station is so important in this game is because the chief of police actually is...
He's an asshole.
Yeah, he's with Umbrella.
He's a fucking cop.
He's the one that they pay him.
I didn't actually adjust for inflation while checking this, but I was like sitting there, I was like, was this game made like 2000?
No.
Or 97? 2? Oh, 97?
I don't remember the exact year. You can look it up.
Because I don't remember what time we got.
I don't remember the exact year, but it was not... Because it happens in 1998 in Resident Evil 1. I don't think it's a 2000.
99.
Look it up.
This is your shit. No. The reason I bring it up isn't important.
It might be 2000. It might be.
But the reason I bring it up is he got paid $10K a month.
Yeah.
And I was like sitting there, I was like, okay, how long has this been going? How much is this costing Umbrella?
Well, like, in years-wise, it's 1998 still.
Yeah, no, I would, for adjusting for inflation, I would have liked to know how much that was fucking worth.
Yeah.
Like, you know how we talked about undergrads where, like, everything was like, oh, look, $50. I can survive a month on this. I was like,
oh.
You can?
Yeah.
No, it's a weird thing. It's one of those aged things I like. I think in all honesty, I think I'd give it. It's aged, and yes, some people need to fucking adjust to tank controls because fucking tank controls. I think they're fine. I'm not gonna be like, well, you're stupid if you like tank controls but if you complain about it, I'll be like, honestly, what is your honest complaint about it? Do you complain when different button schemes aren't the same as Call of Duty?
Yeah, right.
Do you do that?
Like,
no. Different shooters have different fucking layouts for different fucking reasons.
Yeah.
It could be innovation-wise or what it be it. That thing. That was good. That was a good end of the sentence.
Good job.
I don't know. Give it a 9.
Okay.
I'd say 9. It was fun. It was a really fun experience. Aggravating at some points, just like for me as an experience.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't get, like, I don't want fucking hints everywhere, but I didn't get like the hint that won the jewel behind that thing, or some things took a little bit of time. And I did forget to mention something about criticism.
What?
When you fight whatever it was in the plug area with all the chest pieces. Yeah, the sewer chest piece area where you have the chest piece plugs. And the monster comes out and he's like, ah, fuck you. Essentially, it's the jail man. I saw in the speed run or like the walkthrough that they were shaking off the bugs, and I was like pressing every button. I'm like, how the fuck do you shake off these bugs?
I don't remember if it's a certain amount before they do it.
No, because they just ran up me, bit me, and took down my health. I was like, I can't shake them off.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever done it.
Also, the plant's still whipping you. The plant monster is still whipping you after they're dead.
Yeah.
It's a bit of bullshit. I don't know if that actually takes down health, but that's dumb.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. But no, I'd say a 9. Nine's a good number. 9.
What
9
was
and
your
10.
favorite boss to fight? I think I can guess.
Favorite boss to fight?
Yeah. What gave you that feeling of like, holy shit? And it doesn't have to be the final boss either.
So I was gonna say liquor, but that doesn't really count as a boss, does it? I don't know. Fucking the train thing didn't really fucking scare me because it took like 4 shots of the combat shotgun and dead. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like I thought it was gonna be worse. It was cool that it fucking like attacked the fucking train. Like,
oh yeah, it was like you're not getting out.
I'm like, no, please don't. And I was scared.
Yeah.
But like, I guess fuck it. Like, I still found the funness to be a fucking
good boss. What about the crocodile?
That actually took me a bit. Like in a little bit of time. I didn't die on it, but I was like, I looked over and I was like, there's a light. I went over and looked at the info. I was like, I have to put that out. As soon as the crocodile was coming down the hallway, I was like, I have to press that, don't I?
Yeah.
Cool. And I went over and pressed it.
He's the coolest boss.
And then I was like, oh, he doesn't just bite down and explodes? Shit, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm like, take out a gun and like shoot it like, a boom. And I'm like, yeah, he blew up. This is great. That was fun. I think if that could be considered a boss rather than an event, then yes, I'll say the crocodile.
I guess it could be an event, but
yeah,
he's technically a boss.
I guess. I'm not really so sure, but sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't like spiders. Fuck spiders.
Oh yeah, those big.
We're not talking about that.
Oh my god, you should watch the YouTube videos.
I did want to actually add in at the end. While I was waiting for us to before I record, I forgot to mention this and what I was doing. I did start Undertale, and I will start talking about that. Other than that, I will not start talking about it in the podcast because I know people want to play it. But in due time, criticisms will come. But not probably on the podcast.
Yeah.
If anything, if I ever talk about it in public, I'm always going to call it Untergeschichte. Because I'm tired of fucking people talking about Undertale because, like, I don't know what's fucking wrong with them, but they can't stop talking about spoilers or how to play the game. It's like you're playing it wrong. I think
that's everybody though. Like I'm sure there's going to be comments in this one that's like, oh, he's a Resident Evil 2 thing and he doesn't know what's canon. Yeah, no one gives a fuck.
But like, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna give criticism at the time when I deem it necessary. But I'm not trying to make it like me be a criticism fully on this game yet. But I'm always going to refer to it as Untergeschichte whenever I talk about it because I don't want people to be like, hey, you like Undertale? Do you like that? Like, please
just like
shut
how
up.
like
please shut the fuck up.
Skyrim and the fucking Call of Duty wave came in. About how I used to go to school and be like, oh, well, I want to go to school and I want to be a video game designer. And they're like, oh, what games do you play? Skyrim and Call of Duty?
No. I play Morrowind. What's Morrowind? That's the point.
That's why I want to do what I want to do, and you're not. That's why. Yeah. You should sit here and think those are the greatest things ever created.
That's why I'll always say Untergeschichte.
Do you ever think, like, sometimes, like, I know Undertale will be, I know Call of Duty will be, I know that Skyrim will be. You know how right now we have those games that are like, oh my god, I remember we used to play that game and blah, 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 blah. Do you ever just think about it?
People are reminiscing about Black Ops 1.
Ew.
And that's disgusting to me. Because it's just like, the thing about it, someone made a good point. I was sorry to break up the format of the show for a second, but the thing about Black Ops 1, and I'll make a statement about it, is anything Call of Duty, the reason why people hate on it and people who defend on it, I will be a mediator and say, we hate on it. I do. And I fucking do. For the very reason that it's the bare minimum bones of being mediocre. At its story core point, they put a lot of money in the story, which they really shouldn't, because they know where their market is. Multiplayer. Just release Unreal Championship, essentially.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
I agree.
But, at the same time, they do that just to fill space. And because if they didn't have a single player, they would be left without it. However, someone made a good point, is why do people hate COD so much? I think it's fun. Now, this is a very intelligent person. I'll say it's Brandon. And I said, I think the worst part is that they release it like it's a quality product.
When it's not.
When it's shit. It gets grade A scores across the board.
It's the same thing, just different skin.
But it's so mediocrely okay. It's just okay. It's generic.
Do I
It's
have
bland.
fun? Do I have fun when I play Call of Duty? Yes. But do I play it because it's Call of Duty? No. If you
Do you play it because it's fun? No. You play it because you have fun.
Yeah.
It's a difference because, like, I can be like, do I think NHL 2003 for me was a fun gaming experience? I had fun playing with my brothers and stuff. As a game, if I were to go, all right, am I having fun with this? Is this producing fun towards me? It's a weird concept to talk about, but it's not.
Yeah.
I'm having fun experiences because I'm hanging out with my friends or doing this.
Right. That's why I
Otherwise,
have
it's
the
bland.
association, because, like, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty, not because, oh, you play Call of Duty, I love Call of Duty. I like playing games where I can advance myself, and, like, as I gained levels and things, I got new guns, I got new everything. I like those types of games.
Call of Duty kind of does that, but not to a good
like,
extent.
I mean, if you gave it a different title, and
You mean Medal of Honor Warfighter?
well, no, if you just made it the exact same thing, just a little bit different, like in a space setting, not Halo, like different, you know what I mean? Like, as many guns, as many tactical advantages, everything like that, and just named it a different thing, people would still like it just as much. It does, like, if that's how I kind of been, if I can change everything about it, and change the name, and it's still the same shit, like, multiplayer's the same, guns, like, they're not the same, but you know what I mean, just reskinned or whatever, and it's still the same game and it still is fun just because it's not the name, then there you go. That's what Call of Duty is to me. It's just a reskin that I could put anything over and over and over and over.
And that's fair. It's a money-making scheme. It's kind of like, I mean,
are the games fun? Yes, they're fun for me. Yes,
I do not particularly have them because, like, I grew
You're
up
not
with
good at them, right? We know, we've been over this.
well, I grew up with a lot of them too.
Yeah.
And me and my brother were usually obsessed with first-person shooters, so we played a lot. And then after a while, it just, like, you notice trends. If you're fucking, I'm not going to say insult everyone's intelligence, which I probably should because that's what I do anyways.
Yeah.
And say that if you're smart, you notice patterns and trends, and you go,
That's what's
this didn't do the same. This didn't do anything. This is the same thing,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't have to stand up for that shit.
Yeah, the main idea is that you're expanding your ideas. You're not just sticking to the same thing. Because I could literally make Undertale and then make Undertale 2, and it's just the same thing. Anyway, let's move on.
Let's move on. Moving on to the next one. Yeah, it's just it's a concept that people need to grasp that it's different.
Right.
Like I said, I'd give Resident Evil 9. 2.
Resident Evil 9 a 9, yay!
I'd give Resident Evil 9 a 2. It's kind of played out at this point.
What kind of name is Resident Evil 9? I mean, really?
We skipped 3, we kept 7 and 8, and then went, yeah, let's just score 9. Fuck you.
Thanks, Windows 10.
Alright, sweet. See what you did there. That's a good one.
Can't give it a try. Okay, your turn.
Okay, well, for you, I gave you Lupin the Third Green Jacket series, which I own.
Which is like 1972?
1972, yes. Yes, that is, if I remember correctly, yes.
1972.
71, actually, originally.
71.
But it, like, ran for a good while. 23 episodes. And the reason I make a depiction, I don't think I specified enough. Yes, I re-listen to the fucking podcast all the time because I really anal about what I say. Because there's a lot of things I'm like, I feel like I should expand upon. When I said the red jacket isn't representative of it, I wasn't downgrading it. And I know nobody's fucking accused me of it, but I feel like I should specify. The Red Jacket series is a good series that was already introduced to the West. The Green Jacket series wasn't really.
Yeah.
And it's
old.
Everything is a change in tone.
Yeah.
78 was Red Jacket series, and that ran into like 82, and then 89 was Pink.
Okay.
Which, the reason there's different depictions is there's different tones in how they're set. And with Lupin the Third, the entire story is that he is the grandson of the famous literary thief Arsène Lupin. Arsène Lupin, who was a French. This is kind of like a more Easter egg knowledge, but he was a French gentleman thief that was the literary equivalent of Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes, but just in France. Except every crime pretty much happened from the perspective opposite, because he's a thief.
Yeah.
He's meant to be the crime scene from the other end.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that always stuck out with me, because Lupin the Third really focuses on that more.
Yeah.
The thing about the entire series is most of the time it's very episodic.
Yeah.
It's very episodic, and like the point to this is that the story goes that he is. I'm probably going to be able to back up more of your questions with my knowledge. However, being a weird Lupin fan is this thing that you have to watch like 10 billion years of fucking media, and it's fucking hard as shit ever. But with this, in mind, it is an episodic kind of adventure series that has some validity in connecting these.
Yeah.
Because they do call back to it. Not all the time, but they do. So it's just, he steals stuff. He steals things for his namesake.
Yeah.
He wanted to live up to both his father and his grandfather.
Which is true, because there's a part where he fails, and he's like, okay.
Well, here's the thing. That's pretty much the story, and I'll let you go, because that's all you. The story's pretty easy to contain.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to be really short, because I can really break it down, and 23 episodes is not a lot for this type of a series when it's episodic and not really fluid.
No.
Okay, so story is basically, you've run that down, where it's basically a thief and he just steals, basically.
But he's famous. He's world known.
Yeah, he's known. It's basically Tom and Jerry, I feel. That's how I kind of, because what happens is
Tom and it's Tom and Jerry with more characters, but the thing is that the fact that it's episodic.
Right.
It's kind of like crime dramas. It's like watching NCIS or CSI. You really don't care.
Yeah.
Characters do progress, but minorly throughout a season.
See, here's my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna before
let's go format wise. Yeah. Or
so
not.
my impressions were, I looked at it and I was like, oh no. I was scared I was not going to enjoy it very much, just because I liked that art
because
style.
it's old.
Well, no,
it's
old.
I'll go on that later.
I thought I wasn't going to enjoy it very much because I thought it was going to be kind of, you know how old anime kind of has still, like it feels stiff sometimes?
Yes, I understand that, because like stuff like Fist of the North Star and
right.
the antithesis kind of like that is.
So that's what I was expecting walking into it. It's not. It doesn't have that type of still feel to it. It does, but it doesn't. You know what I mean?
It doesn't feel stiff.
Right. But it's smooth, but it's not stiff. Well, I mean, it's a little stiff, but stale, if you will.
I want to ask your impression. I don't know if I should do this now. You can choose to answer it now if that you feel like that enters the format. I wanted to ask how you felt about the very first episode, because that is the hardest one to sit through out of all of them. You can get onto that later, but I just wanted to ask. It is, for me, as a Lupin fan, that is the hardest one to sit through. I think it's mostly because of the sound.
Yeah.
Sound in general.
Very grinding. Mm-hmm. Like the sound of the cars is
it's bees.
Yeah.
They're bees. Bees and cars fueling them. Sound like bees. It's hilarious. It was like old sound design, people.
Yeah. Okay, so characters. I don't remember. Let me see if their names are on.
Do you want me to fucking run down characters?
No.
Okay.
The names are the only ones that
I can do this.
I can't remember.
All right. With the characters that I want to be specific about, a lot of this really is origin story. A lot of this really is more of an origin story. it is a lot of origin stories. So you do get one of the members actually joins in midway.
Yeah.
And
Goemon, I think.
Goemon Ishikawa the 13th.
Yep.
I did want to preface that just because, like, if you plan on watching, which I could honestly give a shit less, because nope, not my fucking impression, yours. You can go for your characters, or if you want me to run them down, you can go for Lupin or whatever.
Lupin I like. Here's why I like him, is that a lot of the times...
You can go basic rundown.
Oh, I know. Lupin I like because he's smart. Very, very smart. But usually a lot of the times in anime, the main characters are like smooth and hot. And they're the guys you want to aspire to be. And Lupin isn't really that. He's a hairy guy, skinny.
Well, he's French.
Right.
He's half Japanese, half French.
So he's not really that type of a look and you're like, oh, I want to be him. Which is what people nowadays do. And that's what I kind of liked about it, was that he wasn't like a traditional main character. He wasn't just there to be eye candy, basically. And, you know, sometimes...
Macho man.
And then, Jigen. Is that correct?
Daisuke Jigen, yes, Jigen.
Mm-hmm. Jigen I like. He was cool. He's kind of like that cool, calm, collected kind of guy, where he's a gunslinger, basically.
He's a very excellent gunslinger and marksman.
Great.
Which can be...
He's very that type of personality that I like, where he's just like laid back, but he can make a quick wit, and I love it. Like if you...
He's very real.
Yes. He grounds Lupin a lot. Because Fujiko, which is his lover...
Fujiko Mine.
Yeah.
Which, if you know your Japanese, Fujiko Mine translates to Twin Peaks.
Get out. And she's kind of cool. What I like about her is, though she's like a main side character, she's very anti-hero. You know what I mean? Because she helps,
but for herself.
Anything she can do to better herself, she'll do it. Doesn't matter if she's got to sink a ship while you're on it, she'll do it. It helps her, and she's gonna do it, no matter what.
The cool thing about... No. Oh, this is yours, not mine. I could drop Easter egg bombs all the time, but...
I know. Okay, and then Goemon. I like... Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about him. He's kind of like a little flat for me. Just because he's that traditional character that's like... what's the word I'm looking for? He's a samurai, basically, with his legendary sword. And
well, the thing he's Goemon Ishikawa the 13th. He's based off Goemon Ishikawa, the actual legendary swordsman.
Right.
Like, and like a lot of the people that show up in the show, even later on, are descendants of famous literary characters.
Yeah.
They're just showing the modern era.
He's kind of flatline for me, but he's okay. He's alright as a character. I hate him.
The thing is, his Green Jacket will probably show you the most revolutionary point of him.
Yeah.
Because you get to see him join the team.
Yeah.
And that's, I think that's wonderful. That's wonderful as a character.
Right. Well, that's basically, and what's...
Heiji Zenigata.
Thank you.
Yep.
And he's the detective, basically, that's...
on Lupin's case.
Yeah. He's always there. Always. He's the one that's in charge of hunting him down.
You know why?
Yes.
Why?
But
with Lupin,
I can't remember now.
With Lupin, one of his signature traits is that the reason why he does this, the steals, is that he does it for a challenge. So, like his grandfather and his father before him, he will send letters to the person he's about to rob from to tell them he's going to steal from them, so that they up the security and make it more of a challenge. That's actually shown.
Right.
Yeah. Because whenever they get word that he'll be there,
yeah,
he's either Interpol sends him, the person who gets the letter sends him. There are a few instances where he's just there, and it's okay. It's fine.
What else?
gameplay.
So the game is very slow.
Yeah. No, you can just go with like how the flow of presentation.
I like the episodes because they're none that really felt like. Of course, like he's like, oh, I'm a thief. I want to steal things, but like I had one of my favorite episodes is when the one when he's in jail. When he goes to jail, probably my favorite episode because the way he gets out is the fucking best.
Mm-hmm.
The best.
Mm-hmm.
To basically break it down, they arrest him. And he goes to jail. He really goes to jail.
He gets the death sentence.
Right. He gets death sentence, and he's like, they strip him down, which I thought was just funny because he's like, I'll make you, yeah.
He's like, I'll fucking make you naked.
Yeah.
You were nothing.
Yeah.
Probably anal probe him, shove a hand up there.
Well, like, the thing is that my favorite thing that he said was, I'll make you feel the same way. Like, Lupin says something to the same effect.
Yeah.
Like, how could you do this to me? I'll make you feel the same way. Because he's just naked. He's just naked there.
Yeah.
And, so, they put him in the cell, and he turns around, and he's like, no, you have the wrong guy. The guy next to you, the guy on your left, is the one, is really Lupin. I work here. I'm a guard. And so, of course, he's like, no, whatever, shut up.
Was it like weeks or months pass?
It's almost the full year.
Yeah. Before, there's no trial. He just stays there until he hits death row.
Yep. They literally he's sentenced to 1 year. Well, his execution date is 1 year from when they put him in jail. And the whole time he's just like, no, you have the wrong guy. I'm telling you, I work here. And like, you see characters that can be him. Like some of the guards you look at and you're like, that could be him. Like maybe he's telling the truth. You never really know.
You're not telling what's going on outside the jail though. Literally, when he got arrested, he held, I think it was a key or a secret that Fujiko wanted to get a really massive slide.
No, wait, what?
What?
Wait, say it again?
There's a slide? I don't remember.
So.
I don't remember. I don't actually remember the subject matter because it's irrelevant. She still wanted, she was trying her damnedest to try to break him out.
Yeah.
Jigen stopped her. Every time. Because Jigen just sat back, he's like, no, he's in jail.
Yeah.
Like, he's not worried about it.
Yep. That's another thing.
You can go on about his escape.
Jigen grounds, I love that. Mm-hmm. Like he knows Lupin like the back of his hand, and that's awesome.
Well, no, I'm not going to drop Easter egg bomb.
Please don't. Anyway, so eventually you see him. He like almost a year later, he's got long hair, a beard, everything. Just sitting there. Just every time they see him, he's like, you got the wrong guy. I'm telling you right now, you've got the wrong guy. Well, eventually, there's a scene where a guard comes in and brings him food. Well, his back is turned and he's facing the wall. So then the guard comes up and like taps him, and the hair and the beard fall up, and then Lupin comes behind him and he's like, if you talk, I will silence you if you scream or anything. So then it goes and it's the detective. I'm just going to call him the detective because it's easier than saying
Zenigata?
Yeah, Zenigata.
Actually, in the dub, they call him Pops. You can call him that.
Zenigata.
Okay.
And he comes in and he's like, what's going on in here? And the guard's like, are we saying the usual stuff? And then Lupin's going, no, you have the wrong guy. He's right here. Don't let him trick you. And he's like, whatever. It's the same stuff, whatever. And they send him off to go execute it. And then you find out that Lupin has switched places with the guard, of course. And he gets out. That's the fucking and they execute the guard.
The autopsy report reports that it's not Lupin.
Yep.
That's what I love about this.
I was like, you have got to be kidding.
For a whole year's dedication, I love his plans. His wit, his cunning, his fucking style.
I mean, it was instantaneous. It wasn't just like, how do I get out of here? It's instant. The second they locked that door, the second. He's like, you've got the wrong guy. I'm not Lupin. Instant. And that's probably one of my favorite parts about it. The whole thing, that was my highlight. For real. Because that was so fucking clever. I never even thought about it. Because then instantly when he says it, you're like, Did he switch with somebody? I know he's a master. Did he switch with somebody?
Because a lot of the things like that seem like they're kind of bullshit. Like, oh, he's dressed up as somebody, and like, but you have to kind of give it the benefit of the doubt when it comes to like Mission Impossible type stuff. It's playing on that same type of thing.
Right.
And I think that's a really nice thing to keep in mind. But then again, you still get sucked in. The benefit of the doubt of latex masks was busted by Mythbusters. Fine, but people still believe it for fucking movies, so I think that's passable.
Yeah.
All right. No, I know we only touched on it about a few minutes ago. Like I said, the first episode.
Yeah.
How did you honestly feel about it? I know you got to see some nipple.
It was okay. He's always like one step ahead, and I like that about Lupin. Always. Like, you don't think he's ahead, but he is. And it's like, it's not like the police are after him in the first episode. I mean, they are, but they're not really. It's mostly about him and I think it's the Scorpion?
The Scorpion.
Scorpions?
It's a federation built to destroy the Lupin Empire.
Yeah.
Which is actually really nice, because the first episode, albeit is not like this big, massive thing, is literally a display of his talents outside of what you could know from reading a summary.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's wondrous. Rather than just like, oh, he deals stuff. He does more. And like it's a Federation Scorpion built on these powerful men that have fucking been shamed by the Lupin Empire and a state. So they're like, we're gonna fucking kill him. We're gonna do this. He's entering this Grand Prix race. We're gonna fuck his ass up.
Yep.
How did you like how some of the shots are made when they switched?
Yeah.
And it was like, I think it's really powerful when they just silenced everything and they were like, let's focus on visuals.
Yeah. It caught me off guard to begin with, because I was like, what is going on? I thought it was my speakers. Mm-hmm. I was like, what is going? And then I was like, oh, it's just like the style that they're using for this episode. I was like, oh, okay. Neat. I mean, it was okay. It was basically what I was expecting. He's gonna outsmart them. He's gonna trick them. He's gonna do whatever. Like what a basic thief would do. Like, you have to outsmart in order to become successful.
Yeah.
So that I knew instantly that was gonna, like, it was gonna be okay.
Okay.
But my favorite thing is like Fujiko and Lupin.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say Pirel.
No. Paikao.
Sorry. I was thinking a different thing.
I like that too, because that was like a love triangle type of stitch, which was neat. But it was also kind of like he's lusting after her.
He's impactful.
Yeah. And she's just like, whatever.
Oh, you're talking about Lupin or Paikao?
No, Lupin. Okay. Lupin and Fujiko.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he's like, whatever, He constantly, like, she tricks him.
He gets other girls.
And over and over and over and over, but he still's like, where's my lover? My lover.
He still gets other girls. Like, he still gets other guys regardless. He's just like, I really want to be with Fujiko.
Yep. But she's never, like, with him. Mm-hmm. So, it's okay. The ending I liked.
And there any other criticisms?
No.
Oh, ending. Sorry, my bad. Different format.
Yeah.
Go on. No, the ending to the series to the
I liked it because they're like, basically Zenigata's like, well, I'm gonna if I don't catch him, then I resign, basically. And he's like, if I don't catch him, I'll resign. And he thinks that he has him at every single turn, which he does. He catches him all the way till the end, because he's like, there's no way they'll know where our hideout is, because he's basically going to try and clear out their hideout so that they can't perform robberies anymore.
And he has estates everywhere.
Yeah. And so at the end, they're like, oh, they'll never guess that our hideout is literally underneath the landfill in Tokyo Bay. I was like, okay, which is like a fridge. They just open a fridge and they jump down. That's where their hideout is.
It looks like a fucking 80s cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, kids, let's go play.
And then they get surrounded at the end, and they're like, there's nowhere you can go. And he's like, well, that's fine. I don't really care. If I got caught, there's no reason for me to live anyway. there's no reason. Like, if I'm not doing what I should be doing. So then they're like, we're gonna blow it up. And they're like, okay. And they all hop down into the hideout, blows up, and then they end up in the ocean with Zenigata.
And he's like, oh.
And then they start swimming away, and they're chasing each other still.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's pretty good about that. I did, in regards to the fact that it's episodic, I think I'd rather ask you about individual episodes too. How did you feel about, the...
By Cal?
No, Time Machine. Really?
Because
that's actually a really impactful episode that everyone actually kind of really enjoys.
I like it, but it was kind of, I don't know.
You don't know? A guy supposedly from the future has a family line that he travels farther in the future and sees that his 27th century descendant is being disgraced by the Lupin of that era. And so he travels back in time to pretty much torment Lupin the Third specifically. Because I think he's 24th century, he goes to 27th and comes back. And then he goes back and just tortures him pretty much to make sure that his family line will end. So you have a week. I don't remember actually how much was it. 2 days? 3 days? I don't remember actually. He gave him a time limit.
2 days.
Okay. He gave him a time limit, and like, it started out like he started by stealing something, which was actually a really great plan. I like that one, the one it starts out with. But they pretty much carry out this entire heist, and they're like, yeah, dude, let's celebrate. And they're just yelling, woo, this is good heist. And then the statue disappears before them. And they're just like, the fuck was that? You just stole something from that castle. Where the fuck did... And the castle fucking disappears. Just obliterated. Just like nothing. Not exploded, just fades away. The guy jumps out of his time machine. He's like, fuck you. You're gonna die. Fuck you.
I mean, I like that episode, but it's kind of...
Do you feel bad about the sci-fi part of it?
No. I mean...
Jarring to you?
No.
Okay.
Not jarring. It's kind of like those situations when they're like, well, I'm gonna end you, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, you know, like
he was freaking out though, but it's nice to see something like that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like in a viewer's sense. I was like, well, there's 4 more episodes or whatever. I think it was episode 18,
but it's episodic.
Right.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Space Dandy, but in one episode they really die.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. But it was kind of, I don't know. It kind of felt. I mean, I liked it. It wasn't like a bad episode. It was just kind of like, whatever.
Alright, I think I don't want to drag me out on too many episodes. So, I mean, I could ask about episodes all day.
Yeah.
There are a lot of episodes that I like the computer one. That's one of my favorite ones. Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
By Cal's I liked a lot.
Yeah. Criticisms, I guess, is next.
I don't really have that many.
Really? I mean, you can go and list them off even if they're minor.
It's just very hard to get into right now because it hasn't aged that well, sadly.
Yeah, when most people are having an attention span of 5 seconds, it's not.
I mean, it's not that. It's you kind of don't.
You see the age?
Yeah, you can really see the age in the production. You can really hear it. You can really see it. You can really tell, which is not generally a problem, but kind of the same reason I don't want to watch Star Wars from, not that there's anything wrong with Star Wars.
Why not the HDified?
Because fuck that. I don't know. There's not many, I have a lot of good things to say. It's very hard to be like, well, it's bad. It's funny at times, it's clever. I love clever.
Let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
as the fucking box where it already says is there are episodes that are directed by Hayao Miyazaki and is Isao Takahata, Studio Ghibli and all that shit. Did you feel that resonate at least a little bit, or I mean I don't know how much Ghibli you have in you, but
I've seen
like
some
13
Ghibli,
inches or so.
You can see it sometimes, and then you can tell which ones are written by them or directed by them. Directed by them, and which ones aren't. Like you can see that, but it's not like it's not like their own.
No, I know. It took fucking Miyazaki a little bit to get his own fucking grip on shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the voice actors are dead. Well, no, most. The only one that's actually survived is Jigen.
Yeah.
Jigen's voice actor is the same throughout all of them. He hasn't retired. He got that job when he was around 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, how old were the rest of them?
Oh, they're like in their 20s? Like mid-20s.
Oh, I guess it has been almost, 50 years? Well, it has been.
Yeah.
Well, no. It's been 40 years.
Manga-wise, it's about 50.
Yeah.
Past 50.
Well, they all died pretty young then, huh?
Well, they died like as the years went on. They got replaced.
Yeah.
They just quit. They didn't want to do it. They didn't quit in the line. Jigen's the only one that stayed. He's like, I'm gonna be here. I was here until I was 19. I'm gonna fucking stay. He doesn't have to fucking act in anything else. But I guess your compliments, as opposed to criticisms.
It's very clever. It's very funny. It's not basic conversations between. You know what I mean? Because like Fujiko and Lupin is probably my favorite pairing.
Yeah.
Just because of how dynamic and which character is the best is probably Fujiko out of them all. Just because she's not, oh, I'm in love with somebody, I'm just gonna be
ha ha ha, my pussy.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's really basically it.
I know it's hard to talk about it.
It's just hard to look past the old type of, like, not look, but like sound really bothers me.
I don't remember.
The Lupin. Okay, here's my criticism.
Oh, okay. I think I know what it's gonna be.
The Lupin song for everything they do. Everything. It doesn't matter. Their song is Lupin, 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 Lupin. Lupin. No, wait. Hold on. I'm looping on the Lupin. Lupin, 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 Lupin. And then...
I don't think you should look at the lyrical content. I think you should actually go it as a song in a total. But alright. No, and then... No, go on.
And then... It all fits. A certain... Like, if it's sad, it's like... Lupin, Lupin, Lupin. And then if it's exciting, it's like... Lupin, 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 Lupin.
Lupin,
like,
Lupin, Lupin, Lupin.
Exactly, like that.
Oh, God.
Like, oh, okay, I get it. Is his name Lupin?
It's pretty rough. It's kind of like
literally it was like, what do we write for music?
Jim, what you got? Lupin the Third. Lupin the Third. Lupin.
Okay, that takes care of the opening. Now, what do we do about the rest of it?
Lupin the Third.
Lupin. Lupus.
I think he's having a seizure. No, it's great. Fill that in. Put that in. I like it.
What else? I can fart into a microphone and distort it a little. Perfect.
Great. That'll be the engine noise.
Exactly. Do we have angry bees just in case? Perfect. Yay!
Nice engine noise. We're good.
Perfect. Cut print.
Great. You saw Goemon's thing, and I did want to ask if you got the same thing from it, because it's clearly displayed. But I wanted to ask how. I mean,
the bridge.
No, about Goemon joining the team. How you feel about that as a general kind of like writing sense? I mean, I can explain it more on the reasoning why, because I feel like it's very well. I think it's very well portrayed, but it's still like cryptic enough that people are like, yeah.
Okay, do it, and so explain it, so people who are like, I'll get it, will get it, and I will.
They initially wanted to steal from him. He was essentially a target.
Yeah.
And like fucking Goemon was like, I'll fucking kill you, Lupin.
Oh, and he means it.
I'll fucking kill you. Like, he's a death threat. Like, I'll fucking kill you and your fucking entire family line. I'll fucking do it. And like the entirety of it is the series, like it gets fucking extreme how much fucking Goemon is against him. And the thing is that Goemon is a samurai who wants to protect honor, and it's all honor bound.
Yep.
But by the end of the series, he's like, I'll fucking join you, I guess. But like, because they actually have their standoff, their good standoff. And he tricks him. He's like, I can't do this. This is dishonorable. You're fucking jokester here. You fucking cock. Like, you know, and you know, he falls in a pit. Essentially, he goes for one sword swing, and he's like, I was already here last night. You fell into a pit. And just like, it's not that he couldn't get out, but the fact that it was so much shame in that fight, he was just like, I just don't want to. But the point is like, okay, no, this is the part where I want to ask you how you felt about it. Okay. How you felt on his reasoning why he joined the team. I'll explain what it actually means, but I want to get your input on it means. Because it is a big part of the Green Jacket series that he does join.
Yeah. Because
he's an integral part of so many plots later on.
Yeah. Very true.
He's such a fucking huge part, and it's great to see him.
Well, why
almost
don't
a
you
perfect
just
character.
explain, and I'll just go ahead.
Okay.
I think it'll be easier to like.
Yeah. All right. Rather than you trying to grab straws.
Yeah.
Well, with his.
Wait, what does that mean?
Well, you're grabbing my penis.
Oh. Well, I don't know. I don't have tweezers.
Oh, sorry. Here's a microscope.
Yeah.
An electron microscope.
Hubble.
Yeah, fucking Hubble. It's a telescope.
Yeah.
It's a macroverse.
What am I, invisible? I don't know, maybe from Pluto.
Oh. The thing is with that, his entire exploration with that, he's like, you know, this is a shame, I want an honorable fight. It's not that he was like declined an honorable fight. That's just how Lupin is.
Yeah.
However, his entire thing, his condition is that I'll fucking be part of your team. Not almost willingly, but almost regretfully so. Like, he'll be like, I'm joining your team because you've bested me. In the way that you do, but not the way that I see fit. I will kill you. You have dishonored me, but now is not the time. There will be a time and a place. And until that time, I will stick close. I'll help you, but like essentially that bond of friendship starts out of being enemies.
Well, does he still want to kill him later on?
It's not like he's gonna. It's not gonna be like he's gonna like, oh look, this one thing of fate will make him die.
Yeah.
He's not gonna let that happen. He wants it to be a fight.
Right.
And so he, by honor, like kind of like more honor bound. It's not like he owes his life or anything like that. Literally, it's more like, I'll find a time when we fight and we settle this. One of us will die.
See,
how did you feel it was portrayed? I'm really asking. I don't know about the fans if they really give a shit. Hell, they don't give a shit about Lupin because only Japan gives a shit about Lupin. But I really ask is really integral to most of the other fucking stories that ever exist.
The way I looked at it was kind of like the saying of keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
Exactly.
And he's like, well, I'll find a... See, what I don't understand is like why you... It seems jarring to me that if you want to kill somebody, why are you helping them? That kind of...
Because he wants it to be an honorable kill.
Yeah, but like... I get that. Then why would you hang around, you know?
No. It's a backwards way of thinking, but yet the entire samurai way of thinking is probably is ousted out of modern thinking and thought process.
Right.
And philosophy. So it's a weird way to wrap your head around it, but it really is the same thing you said. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer.
Yeah.
But helping them so that you can see where their strengths are. He's studying them as he goes on.
I get it.
Think of him as a samurai way. You're studying.
He's kind of like a mix of like a ninja, quote unquote, and a samurai. So he's studying, learning his weaknesses, his strengths, and using them against him in an honor battle. Mm-hmm. Correct. Okay, that makes sense now.
But in person, the thing is that he has to keep in mind is that Lupin's not dumb.
Right.
He's studying Goemon as well.
Right.
So, I don't know. That's a verdict. I'm not gonna say on the entire Lupin series as a whole, but at least this series, because I'll probably make you watch more later. Not now. All right, your verdict, I guess.
I give it an 8 out of 10. It was enjoyable. It's just I can't give it the 9 or the 10 just because
it's aged.
Yes, that's the only reason. Because a lot of it was well thought about, a lot of it was well put together, a lot of it was like there's no... Well, that doesn't make sense.
What? No, go ahead and say it.
No, that's what I mean. Like, not a lot was, oh no, it doesn't make sense. Whenever he gets out of trouble, it's himself. It's not, oh, I got lucky. It's not
fucking Deus Ex Machina.
Right. It's not, oh, good thing I made friends with you. You might help me later. It's literally all of Lupin.
Yeah. It's him, his team, and everything kind of helping him out.
So I would give it an 8, just because it's aged, and it didn't age very well. So.
Okay. So an 8. That's a pretty honest idea, the fact that you actually did some criticism to it. I mean, fine. I can answer questions, but as a media source as a whole, presentation-wise, I can answer it for some of them.
Right. Which I can understand that you understand that age is something like Resident Evil 2 didn't age very well. I can say that. It didn't.
Somebody said it aged like cheese. I still love that fucking thought.
Get out.
Which I can say more aged like it did.
Well, like in Resident Evil 2, it was in they can mash stories together all in one. And this one, they kind of can't. You kind of...
Yeah.
They just reuse the shit.
Yeah, I know.
So...
comparatively so, I guess, the next question would be what you want to watch next, or what...
I have it's something that I watched recently. And, it's not like... I want you to watch something on, Netflix called Nurse Jackie. Have you ever seen it? Ever heard of it?
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Isn't that a long-running fucking medical
It's on its
show?
7th season, but I only want you to watch season 1 because here's why. I haven't gotten very far into it, but out of season 1, I can see some things that can make the series great. I kind of want to do like an aspect to it, like how are these things affecting these characters and how they could affect them in the future type of deal. Because a lot of the times, so far I've started watching into some episodes of season 2, that a lot of the stigmas that I thought I was going to have are broken. And I kind of want to see how an experienced person who watches a lot of things are going to kind of interpret this. And then
just season 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there was a lot in there that I was like, well, this... Because I thought I would know. And I
don't think you should be setting me up for any preface or anything. I think you should be like, well, Jackie, Nurse Jackie. But it is nice that you want my fucking input on it, you know. I think, if anything,
Ew, you really smelled my name in a cow dog.
I did smell it.
Cow dog. Disgusting.
I think with that onset, I think I should move away from anime, at least old anime, because I'm not going to be like, here are some classics. You can watch Girl Lagan. It's just like,
isn't there going to be a Pacific Rim too? Just
yes, there is. Yeah.
And can I say this before?
Okay.
I actually saw Pacific Rim and got excited for the Pacific Rim too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't have taken that from the last time you actually.
I know, me neither. But I was like, oh, I'm kind of interested in how this is going to progress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of interested.
Yeah. All right. I guess I want to ask if I don't know. I there's so many things I do want you to watch, but it's really a hard juggle for me on what I want you to. Because I could be. Yeah. The thing is, like,
I mean, like a movie, something that's something, because I know that we're going to be a little bit short, so something that I can do in, you know, just to kind of.
Well, I was going to ask, how do you feel about books?
Like something I could do while I'm in break at work.
Okay. That was just a thought that I had. Fucking Jesus. I want to give you something short, but it's one of those things. I'm such a terrible fucking picker when it comes to this shit. And I think with that, I can say that you should watch John Carpenter's The Thing.
What?
John Carpenter's The Thing.
The Thing?
Yeah, The Thing.
Oh! Well, I thought you didn't want to do that one because I decided.
I don't know, like, if I do and have it, you'll have easy access to it. But I mean, I can change my mind instantaneously because I have another thing in mind.
Well, what else were you thinking?
Well, because I do like giving you action movies because that's always a fun, entertaining time.
Really gotta be.
No, I know. And you know, just go, Pete.
Well, go.
Like, because the thing that I'm really think iffy about is that maybe I should give you a game this time.
Okay.
And the thing I want you to do is gain ground.
Never heard of it.
It's a Sega Genesis game.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do we even own a Sega Genesis?
I actually own Game Ground on the Sega Classics collection on fucking Steam.
Oh, okay, so I can get it off Steam.
Yeah, you can get off Steam, or you can just get a fucking emulator like everybody else.
Neat. Oh, fuck that.
You know? Fuck
How
it.
much is it on Steam?
It's like $2.
Okay.
But the point is, I think I should probably give you is, I should give you a movie. Specifically, I do...
Pacifically Rim.
Specifically, I do want to give you The Golden Child. I think that's actually fair enough.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
What, really?
I have no idea what it is, but that's okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, yeah. Just because I do want your honest opinion.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you. I do want your honest opinion about it, although I need to get off this kick of trying to get you to watch action movies.
I think I have seen this.
Oh, fuck you then. Yeah, like, it's...
Nope, I haven't seen this.
I really haven't?
I thought it was something else.
You just think it was Beverly Hills Cop?
No, I thought it was the one where he's the royalty from...
Oh, Coming to America?
Yeah. Just because I saw the hat, and I was like, isn't that something he wears in that movie? And then I thought The Golden Child, I was like, oh.
At least it's not Vampire in Brooklyn, which I hear is awful.
Oh, we've never seen.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say that one, just because it was a different way of, I guess. Fuck it, I'm not prefacing this shit. We're gonna go with that. Give you a movie to watch.
Neat.
Besides that, I don't actually know what time at the time of this recording. Johnny's, preparing, so he's gonna be really lax or anything. So I don't know exactly scheduled when this is gonna come out.
Okay.
But after he's done with his test, we will be adhering to a more stricter schedule, I guess, or try to at least.
Oh God.
At least. I mean, release-wise.
Okay. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you meant like, because I'm like, we should do. Yeah. Okay.
No, at least release-wise.
I think that if we release it every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, the other week should be nice release time. Other than that is me, EXP. I thank you, Johnny, and you can say hello in Microsoft Sam.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
Good luck,
I've
though.
never talked to you on the internet.
Good luck and have
Is
that.
Spain comfortable?
I live in a tourist town.
Are tourists comfortable?
No, fuck tourists.
Do you fuck tourists that are comfortable in your town of Spain?
So much. Love you. Well, Kalvin, guess it's really, I'm Adurna Nagra, or Noah, whatever you fucking want to say.
And Capriciola, Kalvin, yeah.
Alright, bye.
And Johnny's person.
Johnny's the person, bye.
Wait, does he have a thing? Does he have an alias?
No, I don't think so.
Fuck, he needs an alias.
Johnny.
Johnny 2x4.
I don't know if he wants me to use the username he has on Skype or not.
Oh, don't do that. No, I don't know about a Skype or shit.
Yeah.
We're just gonna call him Johnny 2x4.
Yeah.
He feels like this.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.